It's Monday, and that can only mean one thing in Marvel Strike Force. That is right, more events to come into the game. And if you want to know what bull we've got to put up with this week, then join me in this video. What's going on, everyone? I'm BPG, and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, I make at least 2 Marvel Strike Force videos every single week, usually based around the events within the game. However, sometimes I do get a chance to make other videos as well. So if you find the content in this video helpful, please do consider giving the video a like. Subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any other BPG content. And if you're new around here or not, smash a comment down below. I'd love to hear from each and every single one of you. And first, we are going to recap Midnight Hunt. Now, I must admit, on Friday, I did get it slightly wrong. I was a little bit higher than what I found, basically 1,000 points extra somewhere in the charts. I think it was actually on the zombie invasion. I put too many of the silver bullets in. But needless to say, Friday, your total should be today 954,550 going into week 5. Now, I'm at 953,450, which I would say means I've missed a free claim somewhere. And I'd like to know, have I missed a free claim, or are you guys on the same as me? And a little joke for you, how do you confuse a British guy? Well, what you do is you have the time zone change in his country. So we had the clocks go back at the weekend, and the times not change for Scopely and in-game. Oh dear. Anyway, we have Overwhelming Hunger. This is the event for week 5. It has already started as of recording this video, and it will finish on the 4th of November 2024 at 2 PM PDT or 9 PM GMT if you're like me in good old Blighty. We also have Sugar Rush. This has been repeated for the last 4 weeks now, so you should be really a fay with this event. We also have Night Raid, another repeated event. This is a 5-day event. It is going to finish on the 2nd of November at 9 PM GMT as well. And Day of the Dead is this week's Quick Rumble. It is going to start on Friday, the 1st of November at 2 PM PDT or 9 PM GMT, and will finish on the 3rd of November, which is Sunday, at 2 PM PDT or 9 PM GMT. And this week you are going to get extra points for your Ghost Rider characters. They will be tagged with a new tag which has just gone in game called Spirit of Vengeance. Night Raid, we're going to rattle through this one really quickly this week because we've done this week in, week out for the past sort of 8 weeks pretty much in one way or another. So here is the table. We are getting points for battling in raid. We also are getting points for earning allied supply 6 orb fragments. These come from your daily free claims. And raiding in Orcus raid nodes, there are extra points, and you get extra points for raiding with Blade, Oath, and Man-Thing. This is a very, very simple alliance event as long as your alliance is doing the best they can in the Orcus raid. So your reasonable free-to-play total is 288,000. This is made up by doing 8 raid battles per day and collecting your daily free claim. So that is everything that you really need to do. That is the simplest way of doing it. However, dependent on your difficulty, will depend on where you're going to end up. So if you are doing difficulty 0 of the standard Orcus raid and you are just gunning down one lane of both Mystic and Tech, you will end up at 804,000 points. D1 will end you up at 1,041,000 points. D2 will end you up at 1,422,750 points. And D3 will end you up at 1,794,000 points. That equates to milestone 16 for D0, milestone 18 for D1, and milestone 20 for D2 and D3. Sugar Rush, again, another event that we have done loads now. You're basically spending 400,000 candy in the candy store. There are 33,500 points towards the Overwhelming Hunger milestone. And there are 50,000 silver bullets that are going to go towards your monthly event. And basically, you're going to want to spend candy in the candy store. How are we getting candy? Just for those of you who have maybe just joined the game or just gotten to this point. Well, in the candy store, there are 10,000 candies every reset. And they cost you 600,000 gold. It's going to cost you 1.8 million gold per day, but that will get you a decent amount of candies. The other way is by your alliance gifting. Now, this is the same place that you would have gone previously to do your alliance donations. What you're going to want 12 members of your alliance to do the demure gift and 12 members of your alliance to do the fancy gift. If you don't have that, you can refresh the gift for 50 cores and gift another demure, and that will get you to the fourth box, the 2160 XP, which is what we are aiming for. And what are you going to spend your candy on? Well, awakened abilities in the shop, they are well worth it at 10k candy a pop. We have Captain Britain shards and Illuminati shards. They are both 40k and 30k. Captain Britain is quite rare to see though. We have the Crimson Mini Uniques and the Crimson Centerpiece Uniques at 25k per time. 10 for your Mini Uniques, and there are 5 for 25k on your Centerpiece Uniques. This is a hell of a lot cheaper gold to item ratio than what it would be if you were to buy them in the main shop. What we are not spending your candies on, unless you have loads left at the end of this week before the shop closes, is the Oath Diamond Orb fragment. Basically, if you're free to play like myself, that Oath diamonds, the diamonds you get on Oath are going to take a long time to get activated, and by that point you're probably going to have enough silver diamond promotion credits to promo her anyway. Now let's get into this bullshit event, Overwhelming Hunger. So we have 5 ways to score points in this event: earning 1 Undying Orb fragment, playing a war battle, and playing a war battle with your Undying members at Gear Tier 17, Gear Tier 18 and Gear Tier 19. Now, your minimum free-to-play total, I'm doing this slightly differently today because it is it's an event where you guys are going to need as much information as possible and be as clued in as possible as to what you're going to get out of it to what you put in. Remember, this is a resource management game. You need to work out how many resources you are willing to dump into this event. So your minimum free-to-play total is 65,056 points. How do you get that? Well, you're going to need to do 7 war battles per war. So you're going to get 3 wars this week. That'll give you 21,000 points for your war battles. You're going to want to spend your daily energy, just the standard daily energy, which is 288 in the Red Dead Rematch campaign. And you're going to want to go to the web store and collect your daily free claim. So that's 65,000 points. That is going to land you at milestone 13. That is going to get you the event item, the bazooka. It is also going to get you all the silver bullets. You will also land yourself with 35 blade shards from getting to milestone 13. Everything else on from this is going to get quite expensive where resources are concerned, in all honesty. So the Undying Orb fragments, they are coming from the Red Dead Rematch, and they are coming from both the challenge and the bonus section of the Red Dead Rematch. The challenge section, you can use any characters. The bonus section, you are going to need your Undying characters at 3+ stars. So working out how we get those points, like I said earlier, we're going to get 33,500 points from the web milestone. We're going to get 21,000 points from the war battles. We have 500 Undying Orb fragments from each free claim. That is 35,000 or 3,500, sorry, not 35,000, 3,500 points there. And last but not least, your 288 energy over time is going to give you 7,056 Undying Orb fragments. So just over 3.5, or about 3.5 orbs, just over 3 orbs. And that is going to get you those points that we said right at the beginning there. Right, so like I said, I want you guys to be as informed as possible on this event. So Milestone 13 is the event item and the 35 blade shards. Now you can achieve this in a number of ways. You can spend 0 power cores per day and have 0 Undying members leveled, and you will get that Milestone 13. You could spend 150 cores per day and 0 Undying members. That would still get you to Milestone 13. And you could spend 0 power cores and have your 3 Undying at gear tier 17. And again, that would still only get you to Milestone 13. So how do we get to Milestone 14, which is going to give you 60 blade shards? Well, you could either spend 0 power cores and upgrade 3 of your Undying members to gear tier 18. The way I would recommend if you are doing this is to spend the 150 power cores per day and have 3 of your members at gear tier 17. That is not a problem. We also have another couple of ways of doing it. You could spend 850 power cores. Now this is an obscene amount of power cores, and where power cores are concerned, guys, I'm going to say you're going to want to spend either 150 or 850. Now 150 is going to give you 5 nodes worth of energy to hit the nodes once each per day. 850 power cores is going to give you 8 energy refreshes, so this is going to give you just over 1,000 energy per day for the campaign, and that is also going to allow you to refresh with power cores each node in the challenge campaign once, so you'll get 10 attempts, which will give you roughly 2 orbs per day. What's going on, guys? Just a quick edit to the video here. My personal recommendation now would be to either spend the 850 cores per day based on the EV of the orb, or to spend 0 cores per day and have your characters at gear tier 9, 2 of your Undying at gear tier 19 and 1 at gear tier 18, as that will get you the 100 blade shards and the event item and everything that you want from there. 150 cores doesn't really make any difference to this, apart from the potential sort of Undying orbs that you're going to get for Zombie Scarlet Witch. But unless you are spending 850 cores per day, the likelihood of you unlocking Zombie Scarlet Witch is fairly low, as the EV of the orb is only 3. So very poor where that is concerned. Just thought I'd add this edit in. This is if you're really pushing for Scarlet Witch. However, I'm going to caveat this and you'll see why in a minute. The other way you could do this is 850 power cores per day and 3 Undying members at gear tier 17, but I probably wouldn't recommend doing that at all. Milestone 15, which is the event item, 60 blade shards, and if you're really pushing for that purple ions, you're looking at 0 power cores per day, 2 Undying members at gear tier 19 and 1 Undying member at gear tier 18. That is one way you could do it, so you could spend no cores at all. The best way of doing it is to spend 150 power cores per day and have 3 Undying members at gear tier 18. The other way that you can do it, again, this is the Scarlet Witch way, or the way of trying to get more shards of Scarlet Witch, is to spend the 850 power cores per day and have your 3 Undying members at gear tier 18. Now, Milestone 16. This is the event item, the 100k purple irons and 100 blade shards. So this will give you a full blade unlock. You're looking at 150 power cores per day, plus having 2 Undying members at gear tier 19 and 1 Undying member at gear tier 18. And if you want to know what Undying members I would level to gear tier 19, it would be Zombie Juggernaut and Hela. Hela is the linchpin to the team. Without her, this team falls to pieces. And Zombie Juggernaut is a stat-based character. So therefore, the more stats he has on him, the bigger he is, the better he is. Spending 850 power cores per day with your 2 Undying at gear tier 19 and 1 at gear tier 18 will not get you any further. So it won't get you another milestone. It will put you quite close to milestone 17, but it's not really worth doing unless you're pushing for Zombie Scarlet Witch. Now, this is the orb for Zombie Scarlet Witch. Now, there is a couple of extras up above this, but basically you have the chance to get between 1 to 16 shards for her with 55.56%. So over half the time you are going to be pulling 1 shard for Zombie Scarlet Witch. Now, if we compare this to the Zombie Juggernaut event that we had back last Halloween, his minimum drop, I believe, was 4 shards. So this is a real downfall where the orb is concerned. So I mentioned the 2 power core levels, the 850 power cores and the 150 power cores. So what is that going to get you for shards of Zombie Scarlet Witch? Well, we take the estimated value of the orb. Now, the estimated value of the orb is 3.56. So if you want to spend 850 power cores per day and get your 13 orbs, you are going to be looking at 47 shards on average from this orb, or from those orbs. If you are, and that is an unlock, by the way. If you want to spend 150 power cores, well, that is going to give you 25.61 shards, and that is not an unlock of Zombie Scarlet Witch. And that's quite disappointing, you know, considering that 150 power cores plus all that you're putting into the Undying team would get you to milestone 16 for those 100 blade shards. 850 power cores is a big ask for anyone, and to only just unlock Zombie Scarlet Witch with 850 power cores is terrible. As well as knowing what I know, which in the data mines shows that a 3 yellow star Zombie Scarlet Witch is one of the required characters for Battle World for the Spec Ops mission. I think this is really poor, and unfortunately, in all honesty, we'll see what happens. Whether anything does happen, I don't know. But at the moment, this event is a real downer, and considering it's supposed to be a Halloween event, and, you know, Halloween's supposed to be a sort of time where we have fun, this isn't fun at all. So I've already really said some of my final thoughts, but realistically, the Zombie Scarlet Witch orb is shocking. Yeah, I can't say it enough, really, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. Again, don't forget, if you found this video helpful, please do consider giving the video a like and maybe even share it with some of your alliance mates. And until next time, I'm going to try and stay positive.